I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? It's a great day. I'm so very excited to be here. I have Robert on the show. He's an author, but before we get to Robert, we're going to take a short break because we definitely got to get to our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsor, DuPont Network, who's sponsoring us this year to go to the Stomp the Iconic Awards in Memphis, Tennessee on October 1st. We're going to have so much fun and so many amazing interviews, as you can see this past year that we had. We are doing it again this year. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the show. So I am so excited to have Mr. Robert A. Sphar on the show, and I hope I said that right.
Yes, you did.
Hey! Well, welcome to the show, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Yes, that's good. That's good. So tell us about yourself. I want to know how you found out that writing was your thing.
Well, I'm a heavy equipment operator. I build roads and dams and things like that. And one winter day, after being froze out for almost a month, nothing to do, I sat down and said, well, I've got a new computer. I might as well see if I can use it and make it do something besides playing these stupid games I have. So I sat down and tried to write a book about a detective and another one about a cop, and they just didn't go anywhere. So I thought, well, my dad was a miner. I grew up around mining uh, all the time when I was growing up. I tried mining for a couple of years after I got out of the Air Force, and figured it wasn't quite what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working as a heavy equipment operator and been doing it pretty much ever since.
Wow. So wait, so you said it didn't work, right? Those the cop and then the detective, it didn't work.
No, my mind just doesn't move in those directions.
I got you. I
Uh,
got you. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, how did you come up with the idea for the Mines of Mars?
well, like I said, my dad was a miner, and I thought maybe I could do something about mining. And then I thought, well, maybe we could just put it on Mars. That'll add a lot of environmental challenges and everything like that, and make them work a lot harder.
Wow.
So, so I just that's where I started.
My goodness. My goodness. I mean, having to put the mines in the earth, on the earth, is challenging enough, but to put it on a different planet, that right there, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got okay. So what about your characters inside of the book? Where was that inspiration from?
Well, the I took the characters from my friends, my family, my coworkers, people I've known through the years, and the male lead Al is patterned after my dad, and the female lead Lorna is patterned after my cousin Lorna, and she is a character. And when I told her what I was doing, she says, "Oh yeah, I want to be in the book. I want to be in the book." So then I had to put her daughter in. So she's one of the other characters, and my daughter is also one of the other characters. The rest of them I just kind of made up.
Wow.
They are characters.
Right. Right. What was the experience like to write this book since the other ones didn't work?
Well, I don't know. This one inside my head, I guess it just kind of wanted to be told, I guess. It As I was working with it, first I had a few paragraphs, then I had a few pages, and lo and behold, pretty soon I had a chapter. And I sent this chapter off to my brother, who used to be an English professor at college. And he sent it back to me and says, "What in the world are you trying to do? You really need to find another line of work besides your operating equipment. You are not a writer." But he marked it up. He must have used 3 red pens.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Yaya Diamond's Dream Chasers Radio. I want to give a shout out to my official sneaker sponsor, EncoreKicks.com. EncoreKicks.com. They have the best sneakers. I mean, literally speaking, there's mine. Phoenix, Bill Russell, right there. You can't beat it. They also do custom shoes. You can commemorate your loved one. You can give it to your band members. You can also have it for your fans, available on EncoreKicks.com. EncoreKicks.com. The best, most comfortable sneakers I've ever worn, and I will never go back.
Well, I'd been out of school for 35, 40 years. I never used all that stuff when I was out working every day. So I had to relearn a lot of that. So over the course of the last 15, 20 years, I've actually think I've actually come to be a fairly good writer now.
That is so cool. That's so cool. And to have your brother send it back to you, how did that feel when you saw those red marks?
I expected it. I expected I would have been surprised if he hadn't. He
Mm,
was trying to tell me that, hey, you need to do something else. But I persisted because by the time he sent that chapter back, I already had written another one. So I sent that one off to him, and he did the same thing with it. And over the course of writing the book, he uh, he kept correcting me and kept discouraging me, and finally he just he gave in, and we made it work. So
that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
he
So he
helped me a
helped.
lot, awful lot.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. That is so cool. So besides this book, do you have any others?
Yeah, I have 2 more in the series that uh, with my new publisher. The first one will be out hopefully around the first of the year, and the other 2 should follow in the spring. And I'm working on a fourth one that's going to be long enough that I may have to make it a part 1 and part 2.
That is so cool though.
Yeah, it's this last book is a lot of fun. I'm having real fun with it.
Yeah. What is the difference between the first book and then now this one? What is the difference in writing these books?
I guess the experience of writing has given me insights in how to present it, and I'm probably a lot better at it now than I was then. The first book is a good book, but they get better as they go. And
Mm.
this last one is really, I think, is really going to be good.
I think that's very crucial to say that they get better as they go. A lot of people are discouraged in writing that very first book, but if they never get through the first book, then they don't get better as they go.
That's right.
Mm.
You have to persevere and get the job done so that so that you can go on to the next task.
That is so cool, though. I love that. I love that. You know, as a writer now, because you are an author, so you are Arthur Robert A. Sphar. How does that feel to you?
Oh, it feels pretty cool. Yeah, I love it.
That is
I
so cool.
I just wish I could make a living at it.
So, I mean, writing is not something that already happens like, oh, you're just number one writer. I mean, but it feels good to actually get it out. How does it feel when you see it on the paper, when you get the story out? How does that feel for you?
Oh, it feels very gratifying to know that I actually stuck with it and produced, especially the first book.
Hmm.
The others, They were kind of on and off there for a little while because I would get writer's block and I'd go away from them for a while and then I'd come back and but eventually they worked their way through too.
That's cool. Do you see yourself like maybe having this book as a TV series or something like that?
Well, I'd love to have it be on Netflix or uh, Paramount Plus or whatever. Yeah, it'd be great to see it on screen, a movie or a series on TV, or yeah, I would love that. What author wouldn't love that?
I know that's right. And that's exactly what happened to a few other authors. So it's not beyond like impossible to do that. I mean, it's just who can get their hands on it and if they love it, just like you love your books. What kind of advice do you give to people who haven't started that first book so that they can get better?
Well, they have to have an idea of where to start, and then you just have to start. You can't do it if you don't start and stick with it. If you get messed up with writer block or whatever, put it aside for a little bit and then come back to it. But don't give up.
Definitely. Great advice. Thank you so much, Mr. Sphar, for being on the show. Where can people find your books?
Well, my my last publisher has gone out of business, so they are not available online right now, but they will be uh, starting around uh, the end of the year sometime. I've already started the process of with a new publisher, so we'll see what we can do, and then
Definitely.
the others in maybe in the spring.
I know I do have an Amazon link. Does that still work?
Uh, it's not available on Amazon.
No?
No, not yet. It will be.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put that link in the description box below. And once it becomes available, then we're going to go ahead and make sure that people know about it. But The Minds of Mars is available as a Kindle on Amazon. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It is. It's available on Kindle edition on Amazon. So you guys, it is available. We're going to put that link in the description box below so that you can see The Mind of Mars and maybe even pitch it if you feel like you need to be seeing this in the movies to Amazon or, what is it, Paramount Plus or whatever the case may be. I love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Sphar, for being with us today. And it is available. I will literally be like putting this in the description box below. I'm just so happy that it is available on Kindle.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. And thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And like Mr. Sphar said, just do it, man. Come on. Just get it done. All right. All right. Until next time, guys. Bye.
I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare.